Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update on where we are. So I've been basically setting up movement for the character, for the primary character. This is the other character we were using. It's like a stand-in for Rom, basically. It has a couple problems. First is that this is basically what started this whole thing. Is the gun is a part of the mesh, so you can't actually take the gun off the character or have him store it somewhere and do melee attacks and things like that. And I realized that was going to be a real issue for us going forward with the kinds of attacks we've been talking about, melee, knife, and range. So, so that kind of led to, if we're going to start over with the meshes on the characters, and let's fix the movement. So you can see right now that, and what we had before is, we've got all our attacks set up, shield and all that stuff, but what we have is when we move, let's say when we move forward, we're walking forward. When we're moving back, we're walking forward. We move to the side, we're walking forward. And we move to the other side, we're still walking forward, so you get the point. So we're always walking forward no matter what we do. And when we spin, we're basically spinning like we're on ice. Legs aren't responding at all. So those are called turn-in-place animations, and this is the thing we're trying to work on is an 8-way directional movement. So let me go ahead and show you kind of what that means in terms of loading in the other character that I've been working on, to show you where we are with that. So stop this right now, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to load in a different character. So now we've got the third character, and there. Okay. So now you can see we have the other character that I set up. So this is the mesh that we got. It's not the right thing, basically, we know that. But it's kind of closer to the type that we're looking for. So he still spins in place. That's the thing I'm going to set up next, is like turn in place animations where he's actually kind of responding to where the mouse is. And we'll talk about that in a second. But what I do have set up is the fact that so he runs forward, and now instead of running forward when he runs backward, he actually runs backward. If he runs to the side, he actually strafes to the side, strafes to the side. And no matter how we turn our mouse, his legs respond in kind. So, what we have is the WASD setup, right? So we want to have the ability to move around with the WASD keys and have the mouse movement be separate from that, so we can quickly rotate and shoot and kind of do this fast combat stuff that we want to do, similar to Ruiner. But now we actually have legs and a lower body that responds to how we're moving in space. So it just gives a sense of believability to the way the character moves, and kind of enhances just the feel of it. And the fact that he's rotating, you can see his legs, he's kind of spinning like a dancer there. But so that's where we are now. So I've got all that stuff set up. You can see that I've got the new character in there. I've got his rifle attached to his back. I've got a pistol in his hand. We'll work on the equip and unequip animations after this, where he has a knife, he has the melee punch, kind of unarmed, just using his fists. He's got the pistol, and he's got the rifle, or the bolter slagger gun, which will have a custom model. We'll model that so it's exactly the right thing. So there's going to be a lot of customization that goes into these characters and their look and what they do with their weapons and all that stuff. But the next thing I'm going to work on is getting the turn-in-place animation set up. So instead of kind of spinning around like he's on ice, like the other character was as well, having it so that his upper body, when let's say you rotate the mouse this way and he's not moving, he's just standing there in place, his legs will stay where they are, and as I rotate the thing, his upper body will respond until he gets to about 45 degrees, and then his legs will pivot and turn to meet his upper body. It's called an aim offset. So I'm going to be setting that up today and tomorrow, so hopefully post another video tomorrow with that all set up. It's pretty complicated stuff, but I think I have a way to do it, and I'll show you the code on the back end of that. So that's where we are right now. So yeah, so we have a lot of the motion stuff worked out, and it's starting to look a lot better. And then after that, I'll set up the dodges and the unequip and equip roll stuff. Put the attacks back into the characters, so we have the pistol attack, the rifle attack, and the melee attacks. And then once we get all that stuff set up, we're really basically ready to go into level design and start testing out our basic AI in the level and setting up the narrative with the level, and going from there. And I'm actually really looking forward to that stuff. It's going to be super fun. The level design, the audio design, the atmosphere, and then setting up the combat scenarios with the different types of enemies and their different AI. When we get to that place, then we'll tweak the AI so that we actually have, different types of attacks than we do now, which, we've got some attacks logic set up, but I want to make that more complex and just, all around more fun to interact with. So, okay, so that's where we are now, and hope to post another video tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, with all the turn in place set up, and maybe more. Maybe I'll have the equip animation set up by then too. We'll see. Okay, talk to you later, guys.